Hey guys, it's Mr. Hing. Are you struggling with knowing how to calculate the units of usage for sewage or water, electricity if they give you the amount that was charged for the person or for the household? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today. In the previous video, you can go have a look. We were told how many units somebody used and we had to calculate how much they should be charged. In this video, it's the opposite. They tell us how much somebody was charged and we must calculate how many units they were charged for or how many units they used. Okay, so firstly, to clarify something, in the previous video I didn't think I clarified it well. How do we determine how many kiloliters are in this tier, in this tier, in this tier, etc.? So for the first tier, when you see a sign like this, it's meaning from 0 to 4. So the maximum amount of kiloliters that can be charged in this tier is 4 kiloliters. Okay, then when you go into the next one, you take the maximum amount and you minus it from the maximum amount from the previous tier. So 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Let's actually get into the question. So it says if John was charged 75 Rand, okay, excluding VAT, how many kiloliters of sewage was disposed? So firstly, this table refers to the prices excluding VAT, so we don't need to worry about the pricing. So what are we going to do, guys, is step one, we're going to add the cost of how much it was charged per kiloliter until it's slightly too much. Okay, so you might not understand what I mean. You'll hear what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna charge him. So bear in mind and keep in mind he was charged this amount. That's very important. So the first 4 kiloliters, if he used 4 kiloliters, if we charged it at 0 Rand, it would be 0 Rand because 4 kiloliters being used for free will still be free. So he definitely used 4 kiloliters. Then we move into the next tier, 3 kiloliters, and if he used this much more, he would be charged it at this rate. So 3 kiloliters times it at this rate gives me 14,01 Rand. Now, we can clearly see that if we take 0, the free amount, 0 plus this, it doesn't give us 75 Rand. So he obviously must have used more units because it only brings us to 14,01 Rand. So that means if we take the maximum in this amount that we can charge for, which is 8, 15 minus 7 would be 8 kiloliters at this price. So 8 times 9,94 is 79,52. And look what happens when I add this and this amount together, I get 93,53. So that immediately shows me that I have therefore charged way too many kiloliters. This 8 is incorrect. So yeah, the 8 is incorrect. So what can we see from this, guys? Definitely he used 4 kiloliters because it doesn't add up to 75, it was free. The 3 kiloliters adds up to this much, and then the next amount of kiloliters he used must fall into this tier over here. So we need to go and determine how many kiloliters would he have been charged in this tier over here. I hope that makes sense, that once you've charged nothing, 14 and then plus 14,01 Rand, that's still not enough. So therefore he definitely used more units, but if we charge the maximum 8, then it gives us to too much. If we had to add those together, it would give us 93,53. So what do we do next? Which brings me to step number 2. Step number 2, it's I'm saying that we take the charged amount, so the 75 Rand, and then you must deduct the total. Now the total is the 0 Rand, and then the 14,01 Rand. And that will give us, so 75 minus 0 minus this, gives me 60,99. And this price here was charged for a certain amount of kiloliters that falls into this category over here, this tier over here. Now, Mr. Hing, how does that play any role? So excuse me, I'm going to tell you how we're going to use this price to determine the kiloliters. So let's just recap step 2. You take the amount charged, the 75 Rand, minus the amount that's been charged for, the 0 Rand and the 14,01, and that gives you this amount, which was the price charged for the amount of units, which we don't know yet, in this tier. Okay, so now you take that price and you divide it by the rate, because remember in the other videos, if you want to know, if you have the units and you want to know the price, you take the units times the price and you get the price in total for those units. Now when you do the reverse, you take the price for the total units. This is the price for the total units in this tier. You divide it by the rate, and that will give you the amount of units that he used in that tier over there. I hope that makes sense, guys. So I got this number over here, and the decimals kept on going. I rounded off to 2 decimal places. And then the last step is the easiest step. You just add all the kiloliters together. So he was definitely charged for the 4 kiloliters. And then you add for the next 3 kiloliters he was charged, and then you add the 6,14 kiloliters that you found out how many he used in this tier over here. So you add them together and you get your amount of 13,14 kiloliters. I hope that was helpful, guys. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If it was helpful, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.